the retained list has been put out as this interview goes live today. Can you give us your thoughts on sort of the rest of the squad that's being assembled going into next season?
Well, there's 7 players here that are under contract for next season. Hopefully I'll get this bit right. So you're talking about Kenny Clark, Liam Gordon, Harry Phipps, Elliot Bonds, Alex McQueen, Angelo Balanta and Connor Wilkinson. There's 7 players that are contracted for next season. I've also offered new contracts to 6 or 7 players. I'm waiting to hear. One of those, of course, was Elliot Justin, which we've now sorted, which we're over the moon about, because Elliot had an outstanding season. Even when we won matches, he was getting player of the match because of the shots that he was stopping. So we're over the moon that Elliot's now committed himself to another 2 years with us. So we're very, very pleased with that. Other players we're still waiting to hear. But then also, of course, I'm going to be bringing in 6 or 7 new players that wasn't with us last year. So that's where it's a bit busy at the minute. But so it's a little bit sad when you let certain players go. It's not nice. But I think in the end, if you think about it long term, you're being very honest with that individual, because if that's what you feel that you're going to let go, it probably means you're not going to play him. And if you're not going to play him, he's better off finding out, going out to other clubs where he's going to play every week.
Yeah, sure. And you touched on Justin there. You lead into my next question. I was going to ask how pleased you were, but you've already sort of said how.
Well, listen, he's an outstanding goalkeeper. He's a very, very good professional as well. He's great with his feet. He's great shot stopper. Glenn Johnson's come in, the goalkeeping coach, and I think they've hit it off as well. I think there's a really good relationship there. Glenn, I think, is going to make Elliot even better, and so I think we'll have a very, very good goalkeeper on board.
And his Player of the Season award obviously goes to show just how important he was this season gone, and you told us that after the game.
Yeah, 100% deserved. I think nobody was surprised that Elliot, for the season he's had, that's the title, Player of the Season. It's not Player of the Month, it's a Player of the Season, and Elliot's been the best.
So, moving on from that, this season just gone, do you see him, you say he can improve still, do you see him playing an even bigger role next season?
Yes, I do. A very important role, and I think players at this level, we have to be realistic, and we've got our plans, we've got our project here for Dagenham and Redbridge. But if it means that players play so well that there's league clubs that come in for them, that's the game that we're in. That's where we have to be real. And so if Elliot carries on playing the way he's playing, it would never surprise me that all of a sudden a very, very good league club come after him. And but you can't stand in anybody's way. Anybody out there listening to this, if they can improve themselves job-wise, they will do. And
you touched before on players that you're maybe putting contract offers out to. Can you give us any news on them, on Ollie Harfield's, Matt Robinson, etc.?
Well, Matt and Ollie, I've told them I want them both to stay. I think they both played an important role last year. Ollie Harfield finished off stronger than he did in the start of the season, but that was a case of him getting used to us and doing the full-time training with us and then playing the matches that he did. But I thought he showed great determination, so I'd love Ollie to stay, but I also do appreciate that where he's from, he might get offers that are a little bit closer to his home, and so sometimes that makes his mind up for him. So we'd love him to stay. Matt Robinson, we put an offer to. I think Matty finished off the season well. He knows my feelings. He needs to score more goals as a midfield player, but apart from that, he does everything else. He knits the team well together. He makes a lot of runs, and he gets the ball back for us on a lot of occasions. So there are reasons why he's been offered.
And moving into the 4 loanies that have returned to their parent clubs, Ben Goodliff, Doug Loft, Manuel Raisy and Will Wright. Are there any plans for those 4 to maybe go?
Yeah, I'm ready to talk to them, and but at the moment I'm with their clubs. That they're getting paid by their clubs at the minute, so I think they need to hear from their football clubs if they're going to be released or they're going to be retained. Now, if they're going to be retained, then there's a chance then I'd go back in to see if I can try and get them on loan again. If they're released, then there's a chance then I'll talk to them about a full-time contract here. So, but I'm just waiting for that.
And before we move on to sort of your personal season, are there any other little things you can hint at or tease the fans with, player-wise? Well,
I can promise everybody there that I've got a list but it's a consistent list of players that I think can come here to do a good job. So they're not just youngsters anymore. I want us to have a better season than we did last year. We don't want to go through that again. I know I need a little bit more experience. We always need goals. We always need the quality. And I've got a list where I'm, looking at people, going over the videos and things like that. So I can assure everybody I'm working as hard as I can to make sure that when we come back late June, we'll have a decent 20-man squad, 22-man squad to be competitive. So that's my aim, and I appreciate there's certain supporters out there that will be disappointed that certain players have left and other players they may not like that we bring in. But I can assure there'll be a lot of thought put into it, and hopefully we get the right result.